So instead of opening up the whole like rig thing, I actually have a better idea that might help me. This file was not properly saved. No. Do not display, blah blah. Well, that's kind of funny, because yep. We're just gonna create a new project because it'll be less laggy. Because if you have every single model in there, yeah. Okay, now we're on the roll. When you've downloaded your rigs off of the Internet Archive, or wherever you got them from, because that's important. That's the only way you're gonna be able to use these is in Moho, and if you have the rigs. If you don't have the rigs, go to Internet Archive. Look up like Movieunleashers starters rigs. They'll show up on the Internet Archive. Gen 1 through 6. Because it ended in the Kalos region. They didn't go anywhere else. I mean, there was Score Bunny, so I guess that would count with the Gen 7, but there's not a lot of Gen 7 Pokemon. I don't know if Score Bunny is in there. He might be. He's probably in one of the other like ones which were requested because there's requested characters. You can also remove like the freaking links in there, but that's enough of my talk. All you have to do is like drag a file in there. So let's say Gen 2, like I was trying to do. You just drag it in there, and you can select on the ones you want. And I would say I'm gonna select Raikou and Entei. Hello, guys. Hey. I really like these. I like these models, but they just like they never had a place. Never had a place, Dane. Where they didn't have a place. And that's okay, because he puts in, these have a lot of effort put into them, which is why I'll make another friggin' stream on how to, make rigs, because that's also very fun to do. You can scale them to be like about the same size. I don't really know if they're the same size, but we're just gonna keep them apart. So, I'm gonna teach you how to animate on Moho. Okay, pretend you never ever ever saw any of these other buttons, like right now. Yeah, you can use the hand tool to move around, but I think you can also use, if you have a mouse and you're not weird, you could use right click. Right click. Don't use space because that just starts the timeline, as you can see. And when you start the timeline, this red outline goes away. So what's this red outline then? Is it very important? If I touch it, am I going to die like the red lines on a piece of loose leaf paper? No, but it's very important to know that if you are editing anything, say you need to set up a scene, which is what you do in here because it's not like a regular animation program. Set up your scene on the zero, like the origin point. This is like your whole original point. You need to set up the scene right on frame 0, because if you move it, your animation done already started. And if you try to set up anything or try to add anything, it may or may not affect what is being played or what is going to be shown. Like, for an example, if I was to add another model in, and let's say I'm on frame 42, I'm just gonna put whatever in. I don't really care what Pokemon. Lugia. Hello, Lugia. I put Lugia in, and as you see, it started this thing to where he's going to be hidden, and I don't like that. Because as you can see, he's hidden here, and once you get to like frame 42, he shows up. And I don't like that. I don't know if you can, I think you could just drag it back, but it won't go to frame 0, which kind of sucks. And I don't think anybody should mess with that because, as you can see, I'm not going to be messing with that. Nobody wants to go through all that trouble. I don't. I mean, yeah. So let me actually get to the animation basics. You have two files, depending on how many Pokemon you have. If you only have one Pokemon, you probably have one folder. I don't know why I called them files. Um, as you can see, if I open up Entei, he has his arms above everything else. You can move them separately, the arm one, the arm two. You can rename them if it makes it easier for you, like left arm and right arm. That is my left, that is my right. I know I was pointing at his right and his left and I was saying the wrong thing. But who gives a gaff? It's what you see. It's not what they see. Um the heck, dang, why do I keep doing that? Oh my goodness. Um there are these types of folders with the arrow in the middle. And when you right click on them, these people without a mouse, they're going to be so mad. You can get like a drop down and it gives you all the options of like eyebrows because that's what I'm on. So we can have mad eyebrows. He's so mad. And also if you adjust anything at the like the 0 frame, you can see that this little thing shows up. It's not going to affect anything, I promise. It's just going to show up. None. Yeah. We don't want none right now. You don't necessarily have to open up the eyebrows folder just to keep it neat. That's why they're in these folders for a reason. So you don't have to open them and go, holy guacamole, this is too much to like scroll through. Yeah, so everything is very easy. It's either in folders or it's either in the folders with the arrows. I should be more specific. They are called the selection folders where you can pick something inside of them, which we also call select child layers or something. I don't freaking know. Yeah, if you were to open up the folder, it'd be like, make active child! Like, what? This is not coding. The only reason I knew about active child was because of coding. But anyway, um, the legs usually are together, or you could just select them separately by using your tools on the left side. Let me tell you about your tools. So transform points. If something is selected like already, like the left leg, and you don't want that selected, just click on anywhere away from it, like on the freaking canvas. You can like kind of use the freaking tool to select things. See, he's made of simple parts. That's another thing for rigs. He's made of simple parts. But technically, you won't be moving the legs together. Because most of the time, they don't really move, like, separately. So, whatever. Um, as you can see, these rigs don't have side profiles. And maybe I should get one that has side profiles. But, I'm a little lazy. See? This is why. Don't be like me. He does have good things though. But I just taught you about the selection layers, and if you want to animate them, for an example, let's start confused, and like let's say we're on frame 6, and we want to move the pupils. Well, go to the pupils, and first like kind of click on it real quick because you don't want to. You want to make sure that these are on step because that means that it won't do any easing and you won't get no movement because like it's kind of like an auto movement system. I don't know if you've ever used Adobe Animate or All Light Motion with the graphs. All Light Motion is very known, so I think I should use All Light Motion. You have a graph and they give you like the ease outs or the ease ins and all of that stuff. They have those in here. And if you don't want your stuff to ease out or ease in, just put it on step because that's most likely how the pupils are going to be. They do not really move like smoothly, I should say. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to close the eyes on frame 6. And then maybe on like frame like 16, I'm going to open them. And then I'm also going to change the eyebrows to go to none because they're going to probably disappear with how I'm going to. Actually, no, I'm going to change the eyebrows to sad because expression. And then his pupils, I'll move them right You can move them individually, by the way. Again, go to your draw tool and click on the transform points. And you can do that. It will bring up like another set where it's like select the point motion, select the point motion. It works the same thing as the move tool. Just do the same thing, change it to step if you need to, because why not? And technically, you should have what we call an animation. And I know that's not really nice, but this is just a tutorial. Okay? Okay. I'm gonna also teach you about maybe head movement. You guys, I'm not teaching you about how to make the movements. No. You can learn that by animation study. I can't do it. I'd be out of breath and this would take way too long. But I will teach you how to make it like a little more staggery, because I do tend to notice that when styles like South Park and Starters and, any other paper cutout animation you may see, they tend to be a little staggered or quote unquote laggy. I don't know how to really indicate that. And I could show you how I do that. Now you can do it the really hard way and make each little keyframe, it'd probably come out really nice and you'd get an A for so much effort, but I am not doing that. So I click on, goodness gracious, if I tilt the screen one more time, somebody's gonna actually come to my house and kill me. I will go ahead and show you my way. So this is technically just the head, the front. But if you're using any other rigs like Fennekin or Chespin or Mudkip, they're way more organized than these ones because they're a little older and they're not finished. You can tell. Um, these would be named head. If it's named front, then you just gotta look at it. Look at the selection. It's the red box around the thing that you probably selected. You can also click Control A, I think, to select everything on that layer. I don't give a gaff. So yeah, this is the head. And this plus tool is an origin point. You can change it. I most likely change it because sometimes I don't like the head to move like from the middle, if you know what I mean. So let's go and make his head move. So let's say he has like an anticipation. We're talking about the principles of animation here. And this time we're actually going to let them ease because I'm going to show you. If you go ahead and click on this frame, it should be red when you click on frames. And you change this thing with the number, it says 1. It's right next to smooth and it has a drop down. This is called interval. Interval changes the way stuff will move. It like if you move things farther away, because that's way too fast, first of all. You can change it from maybe like 1 to 3 or 2, depending on how your frames are laid out. You can obviously play around with it, blah, blah, blah. That's what I do, because I do not, I do not like to spend my time, like, just doing too much. And also, when characters blink, I also tend to notice that their head kind of, like, it drops down. So, but that's just me. It's just me. You could copy frames and paste them with Control C, Control V to, get your stuff done faster. Let's bring his head up. Yep. That was a little, like, too, like, you see what I mean? It's a little too freaking smooth. So we can change the interval on these and have them a little more staggered so that it's not like, boing, I guess. I don't even know how to explain that. But yeah, that's kind of how I do my little like movements. Very fun, very easy, very cool. Mayhaps some people would not say so. Didn't even notice your punches start to roll it. You got to keep your focus. You wanna say so. I'm not sure if I should have his head tilt earlier before the thing goes all the way up, but see, that's why we play around with the stuff. If you do art study or animation study, you definitely could get really good with animating these, and I've tried to do it the other way, and I've just had trouble, so there you go. And they do not stop moving, by the way, so try to make it like, don't move their heads too much or don't move their bodies like way too much. You can have them move, and the reason why I have them move so like little is because you don't want people to really see it. Like, let's just say I tilted this a little bit. They ain't gonna see that, but it's gonna be enough to where you like, oh my god, it's moving, and they're like standing still. You see? You see it? Mama, look! Get it! Okay. Too much is happening. I'm a little overwhelmed, and I'm actually animating this for no reason at all. But there you go. That's how you animate. That's how you animate something on here. You can mess around with the ease outs, the ease ins, every little like type of movement motion graph. Yeah. You can mess with the intervals. And if your animation plays out and it kind of stops, just take a look at like where the frame ends. Like this blue thing right up here indicates how many frames are in the animation, and you can change it. So like frame 240 out of 240. Well, no, I want it to be 1000. So now it is 1000. See? Easy peasy. Just so easy. Like it's such a cool software. Onion skins. No. No, no, no. 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 Uh-uh. I'm not a big fan of it. Not really. Mm-mm. Also, reminder, if you're going to put audio into this software, you have to edit it on another program outside of it because Moho's not good with audio. It's really bad. You can't slice and dice your audio. You can't really trim it. I mean, you can, but you can't. It's bad. Don't put audio in here unless you finished like a full on audio project or whatever you're gonna put in here. Just, I beg, be careful. But I find these to work like really fun. And I think that the reason this looks so weird is because I made the head go down too much. And usually you don't need to do that. Eh. Or I need to let it hold the rotate on the head. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me stop messing around. Okay. Jesus. Um, when I make my characters walk or something, I usually tend to. Oh my god, with this. If you really want to see what the workspace looks like, you want to do this? Yeah, this is what it looks like. Hey. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm really mad with this stupid orbit tool. It's actually annoying. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't know why I keep pressing control and right click. I think I'm used to Blender or something or whatever other apps I use that do that. But technically when I'm moving the whole character, I tend to obviously click on their rig, the name of it, and I move the origin depending where it is. I usually keep it in the middle though, because that's how they're going to move. And since he's kind of like going back, I would like tilt him left a little bit, a little more left, and then overshoot, which would be he would go right a lot, and then kind of bring him to the middle, and left, and right, and then left again. And I'm going to make sure I have my intervals on 2 or 3 or whatever you prefer. I'm going to change this because this is too close. I actually might keep them on 2 because that's not La 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 la. La 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 la. I guess that's like overdoing it in my part, but like again, I'm rushing. So if you take your time, it'll look better than what I have. But yeah, there's a little movement. If you want to move any of the arms and stuff, go ahead. It also helps with the, the little movements. Anything little may make something look really great. Just don't focus on things too hard, because if you focus on things too hard, you're gonna be like, is this good enough? Do I have to smooth it? What do I do? Nobody worries about it. That's why we have animation arrows. Nobody really knows, nobody really notices them until like they pause on a frame and randomly get that animation error on their screen. They're like, oh my gosh, guys, I just found an animation error. It happens to the best of us. So do not worry. You will be fine. I'm gonna crash out. You can also do little things with this tool. I guess. I've never used this tool, but if you want to make something like funny, I'm not, no. Or you can use the X rotation tool. Say we wanted to like kill him. Oh my god, he just died. Oh god. So yeah, I'm gonna just steal these and just like put them over here. And then watch him like slowly just pass away, because like why not? He deserves it. Boom, he's dead. So yeah, you can work with that too. I think that's fun. Lip syncing is remember, characters' heads, they move when they lip sync. And I can also show you that right now because I have another project where I was actually working on something with lip sync. Let's see. Let's get. That is not. Uh-oh, guys. I accidentally opened up a file that I shouldn't have opened up. This is Gen 3. We're gonna crash. We're done. It says not responding. We're so done, guys. I should have never done it. Should have never done it. I was just trying to open up one of my friggin' projects, and then now the friggin' Latias and Latinas is here. What? Wait. Okay. Just X out of it, please. Okay. Thank goodness. It didn't crash, but it did take a long time to load. So I was actually trying to open up the little animation I made. And this one has audio, and I actually made the backgrounds. I didn't make these rigs because obviously I do have rigs I've made of my own. I just cannot use them in this because the featured characters are here. And the audio. Yay! I made the background in reference to this, and that was easy. So, if you can make backgrounds, you can make animations. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know how to make these trees. I will try, though, because that's gonna definitely make stuff pop. So, if I were to look at, like, let's see, where's he at? This is me being messy with my animation. Cyndaquil. So, Cyndaquil, he has. I don't think I've made him move with, like, that, but I've made his head move. And as you can see, this is a lot of frames when it comes to, like, I think he's talking,
That's
like.
why you're a candies addict. Wow.
And Fennekin is still moving too, if you look, like she's kind of just
That's
swaying
why
around.
you're a candies addict.
Well, at least my dad isn't a fat chud who has dandruff on.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, and I still have to work on this, but like you get the point. You get the point. Let me just, oh my goodness, let me turn that off. I don't like stream. And I'll show you the mouths. They're right here. As you can see, they do the same thing that the eyes do. They come with these little squares when you change them. And there's a mouth to fit for every shape, and you can obviously make it fit for every shape. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you can obviously like replace sounds. Like, let's say you're making the s sound, and you ain't got a s mouth. Well, you can use a replacement, one that looks similar to it. I'm too aggressive with this damn stream. See, this is supposed to be a video, and I feel so unprofessional. I am unprofessional. I don't do this. Ah! Okay. So, that is how I personally animate starters. Starters. And again, each rig is different. Mudkip's lip sync is going to be different. Look at like the Canadian characters in South Park, or just look at him in the show. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But Raikou says, "Do not give up." What the freak just happened? Hold the phone. Oh my god, why did he bounce? What the? Oh my freaking goodness! This is why. Oh my god, where'd he go? Oh my god. Come back! You know what? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he bounced is the rotation. Oh, it's the origin point. I'm so ready. I'm the origin point. I didn't know I moved the origin point. Yeah. If anything like that happens to you, check the origin point. I did not know that can happen. That was so bad. Let me actually do this again so that I can give a proper burial to my horrible stream in hopes that people will actually understand. Don't give up on animation. Something like that. Alright, I'm done. Thank you guys for watching my stream, or wherever you're seeing this video. This is my star.